Hello there, my name's Jen. I started this channel a long time ago, and then I started a new channel and abandoned this channel, but guess what? This channel is now back, and I've decided that this channel is going to be, a series of videos where I just talk about creative work that I've done, films that I've made, and cameras and art and just anything really. I'm just gonna bloody well express myself. I'm a big camera fan, and so I thought, what better way to reintroduce myself back to this deceased channel than to do a review of this interesting camera that I own called the Camp Snap camera. You might have oh, you see it? There you go. You might have heard of this thing. My Camp Snap is unlike any other Camp Snap because as soon as I got it, I painted it with acrylic paint and I covered up the Camp Snap logo. I'll leave it there for now. Not because I'm in any way ashamed to be a Camp Snap user, but more so just because I just thought it looked a bit crap really, so I just wanted to cover it up. Also, at the time that I was trying to find one of these things, I bought mine from Urban Outfitters because that's where I heard they sell them. I've later come to learn that they also sell them in Argos and online and lots of other places. But I'll always take an opportunity to go to Urban Outfitters, It's cool. I never buy any clothes there, it's too expensive, but I'll go. But at the time that I went to try and find one of these quirky little hipster cameras that all the wacky photographers are using at the moment, they weren't really selling them anymore. They had a couple, but for the most part they weren't putting them out because apparently they were one of their most stolen products. Perhaps that's an endorsement for them alone, So the only Camp Snap camera that I could find was a horrible, garish yellow one that I didn't like the look of. So I bought it, and then I destroyed all resale value by painting it black and pink. Now, if you don't know what the Camp Snap camera is, the best way I can describe it is a extremely cheap feeling plastic digital camera that has been designed to resemble an old disposable film camera. The types of camera that you probably saw your mum and dad using back in the day. I had them because I'm old, like 36. So what we used to do is we used to buy a camera, and it was disposable, which means you're supposed to throw it away after you're done, which is incredibly wasteful if you think about it. It's kind of a ridiculous concept. But it had one roll of film in it, and the whole point was, you didn't get any preview, you didn't have any controls over the things like exposure or shutter speed, aperture, ISO, any of that. You got about 25 snaps on it usually, approximately. It could change. And then the fun was that once the roll had run out, you would take it to Boots or Happy Snaps or wherever you want, and they would develop it for you, and then you find out, oh my god, what's going to be on there. They were very reliable. They're the perfect sort of holiday camera. And what Camp Snap have done, I was going to say attempted to do, but I would actually argue they have done it, is that they've brought that into the modern era, that concept, but they've digitized it. So this is, for all intents and purposes, a disposable camera. However, it isn't actually disposable. It's digital, and the gimmick of it is that it's digital, but it has no screen. So you have no preview of what you're taking pictures of. It just has a very basic viewfinder. It's like plastic in the exact same way that one of those disposable cameras is. What's novel about it, I think, is that all it has is that function, and it does have a tiny LED screen on the back. I don't know if you can see it, probably can. And what that does is it just tells you how many photos you've taken. So at the moment I've completely reset this. It's on 0. Again, it's probably too bright for you to see this, but I'll edit in a picture or something. And it charges via USB. It takes SD card for memory. And it's not the greatest camera in the world. You're not going to be getting high quality raw images or anything, but that's not really the point of it. When you're reviewing something, which I don't do often, but when you're taking in, is this thing good or not, I think you have to think about what the mission statement was. What was the point of it, what was the intent of this product. And this product, the intent of it, I believe, was to create an easy thing that you can just pick up, use, and experiment with. And the novelty of it, and it is a novelty camera, it is a toy camera, it's incredibly cheaply produced, it's not heavy, it's a piece of crap, but don't let that be an indictment of it. Like, I'm not saying it's bad when I say it's a piece of crap. It's as much of a piece of crap as it should be, as it needs to be. And I would say, generally, I really like it. In fact, I would stretch the far to say I love it. It's not my main camera. It's not the camera I take out if I've got something important to take a picture of, like a bird or a I was going to say or a chicken, but that is just another type of bird. I take a lot of pictures of birds sometimes. But it is a good camera, particularly if, you're going on holiday. But also, you can get some really nice photos out of this. And I think what the benefit of it is, and what's interesting about it, is it sort of re-centers your mental perspective on what photography is. You can have the best camera. You can buy a flippin' Hasselblad. You can buy a flippin' Fuji X1 bazillion, a Leica, and you'd be perfectly within your rights to do that. In fact, I wish I could do that. I wish I had the money to buy a Hasselblad or a Leica, but I don't. But people who buy those cameras, not all of them, but some people who buy those cameras are poser idiots who just like to buy their way in to good photography. I do have a Fuji, so I do somewhat include myself in that. But what's cool about this one is that it forces you to think about other things, like framing, composition. And actually, there are little things you can do with it to make it more interesting. You can go on the Camp Snap website and you can, for example, download it's not even download, it's in browser. It's like a thing where you can I don't know exactly what it is. It's like a thing where you can move the sliders around to change what kind of baseline image you want to come out of this. There's nothing major. It's like you can up the exposure there, and you can change the contrast and things like that, and then you can drag that downloaded file that they give you just onto the memory card, and then what comes out of it when you use it by default has changed slightly. And I did that, and what I did with it personally is I decided that this was going to be my casual black and white camera, so I made it very contrasty, not too contrasty, but more contrasty than usual. And I, made it monochrome, black and white, and turned up the gain a little bit because even though the photos are not the highest quality in the world, I want a little bit of grain on there. And I'm actually really happy with it. I mean, if you're not moving too fast, if you're not, spinning around or trying to catch a shot of I don't know, what do photographers take photos of? A fast-moving Ferrari car. This would be absolutely fucking useless to you. However, if what you're interested in is regaining that sense of mystery, racking up 100 snaps on it, and it can hold way more than that, whatever memory card you want to put in there, and the numbers, there's 4 digits on here, so it could go up to like 9,999, I imagine. If what you're more interested in is that sense of discovery, that sense of randomization, that feeling of pointing a camera at something, taking a picture, and then it saying to you, you don't get to know if this came out right or not. You're gonna have to wait till development. And what it is essentially a digital development, it's basically pretending to be a film camera. It's a facade. It's a big parody. It's a joke on photography, but it's a good one, and I really like it, actually. There are some things about it that I dislike about it quite a lot, that were nearly deal breakers for me. Because I will say this camera's not cheap, and it's certainly not as cheap as it should be. If you want this camera, brand new, out of the box, as they say, from a retail shop, it's like, I think it's gone down a bit now. It's probably maybe like 50 quid, but it used to be like 60 quid. And I will just say outright now that is too much for this. Because it is a toy, it does feel like a toy. You can get good photos out of it, but it does feel like a novelty thing. I would say it's definitely not the worst digital camera you can get for £60. If you're one of those people that's just trying to find like a point and shoot kind of thing, and you see all those digital cameras that have no name on them, like no brand, they're just like, you go on Amazon or Temu and you see them and you're like, oh, what are these? What is this? I'm going to try this. That would be a waste of money. That would be a significantly more waste of money than this. At least with this, you get something novel and cool. But that being said, I do think even £50 is too much. It's very cheaply produced. It's not weak. I mean, I like throw mine around. That's what I like about it. I chuck it in my bag. People say they chuck their camera in their bag, but I don't think they actually mean it. They mean they place their camera delicately in their bag. And I do that with all my other cameras, but this one, I fucking chuck it. I flip them well. I yeet it in there. And you don't have to worry because the lens is just a piece of cheap plastic or whatever. It does have a flash as well. It has 3 settings basically: off, on, and flash. And then it has like a little thing on the bottom where you can charge it or take the SD card out or reset it. But it has a flash, and it's not good flash, but it does, if you're in the dark and you need, you're trying to illuminate some ghoul within the shadows, it will do that. It's a really good camera for kind of getting spooky photos as well, getting those kind of like low pixel, and I don't mean that the camera is low pixel. I don't know what the pixels is on it, but it's it's not as good as your phone, but it's better than one of those Amazon things, so make of that what you will. But things I don't like about it are primarily the price, because it's too much. It should be, I'd say £20 is how much it should be, but I'll give them 30 because they have to make a profit or whatever. And you can get it for about £30 now, if not lower, if you go on like second-hand places like eBay or Vinted or whatever. Loads of people seem to be giving them away, and I don't think that's because they're bad. I just think it's because they got the novelty out of it. Personally, I've had mine for a while now, and I like it enough that I'm not sick of the novelty yet. It's interesting. I have better cameras than it. That was just, I don't know if you heard that noise, Brie didn't, but it was it turning itself off. That's another good thing about it, actually. The battery life is astounding. If you do like a full charge on it, you basically never have to worry about it. It will just work. And I believe that's why it was even designed. I read on the official website that it was like a father and mother company, and they wanted something for their kids to take to camp that they didn't have to worry about and wouldn't break, and that was... But things I don't like about it, other than the price, would be the sound that it makes. A lot of people have talked about the sound that it makes. It doesn't quite give you that sensation of you're taking a disposable camera film shot, Unfortunately, the noise that it makes is not a mechanical noise, it's a digital sound that has been programmed into it. And unfortunately, the sound that they went for some reason, is just like immensely crappy. So what I'll do is I'll play you that sound. I'll take a picture on it, and you can hear what it sounds like for yourself. So I'll put the microphone right up to the speaker. Do you hear that? It's like a click. It's like it's crap. It's really bad. I don't think there's any way to change that or turn it off. I could be wrong. I think you can turn it off, but you don't really want to turn it off, because the thing is, another big problem with this is that when it takes a picture, is not immediately when you press the button, which I believe is a huge design flaw on it. I'll show you. Watch. I'm going to press the button now. Did you see that? Listen to the seconds before it actually does take the picture. Now. There's like a good half a second. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know if that was a choice to try and encourage happy accidents. But if, it's a stupid choice if that's the case. If they do another one of these, it would be good if they got rid of that element of it, I would say. Now, there is another variety of the CampSnap camera. I don't own it. I think it's called the CampSnap Pro or something. It's basically the same thing, but I've heard that it has sorted out some of those issues, and it's a little bit better made, and the photo quality is higher, and so it's got additional things. I can't lie and tell you that I know exactly what it does, but what I do know is that it's more expensive, and I wouldn't pay any more for one of these. I think ultimately, if you find one of these on deal somewhere, in a charity shop, or as I said, secondhand online, you should get it. Especially if you're into, only if you're into photography, because, if you're not into photography and stuff, I don't know why you're even watching this video. Go away. This is Photo Club, nerd. But since I customized it, painted it and whatever, I've become quite attached to the little thing. And sometimes, things that aren't perfect are endearing. I know that's how I've gotten by so long. I'm not perfect, but people grow to love me. That's the thing about this CampSnap camera, right? It's not claiming, I don't think, to be a replacement for your cool Hasselblad whatever. It is a toy. I just wish it was priced more in line with what toys cost. All the photos that you've been seeing throughout this video are photos that I've taken with this camera, so you can look at them and judge for yourself as to whether or not you'd want to get this thing. I would say that what's cool about it is that it has encouraged me to take a camera out with me all the time, especially on days where I really wouldn't have been bothered to, I've not charged my nice camera, or I just don't feel like taking pictures today, you know, I'm in a bad mood or something, I'll still have this in my bag because it's just basically where it lives. And then inevitably there will be opportunities to take photos, and I'll realize that actually I did want to, and I've got a camera, and yeah, I didn't get the snap in quite the high definition that I could have done, but I did get it, and that's the important thing. And also high definition and pixels and 4K and all this is a bit of a, you know, it's a bit of a nonsense, really. It's not about the amount of pixels that you have, is it? It's about how you bloody use them. And so, like, when you get a really good photo out of this really weird little crappy camera, you feel like a flippin' professional, you know? You feel like a flippin' artist. So, for that reason alone, I like it. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be lovely. I'm going to make more videos like this going forward. If you'd like to subscribe to my main channel, it's called Lobotomy World. There'll be links to it in the description. Basically, I basically read memoirs on there, things that I've written, my like writing work and stuff. I'm a writer. You could follow me on Instagram at I'm Gen Ives, or you could follow my second account, which is called Second Gen Ives, which is the name of this YouTube channel. Anyway, that's enough self-promotion. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/lobotomyworld. So I guess that wasn't enough self-promotion. There was more self-promotion to come. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.